Today is the only moment we have. Tomorrow may be a possibility, but the reality is that none of us know. We may wake up, we may not wake up. Yet so many of us live geared towards the future. We plan our lives, we create all these retirement plans, and we have all these resolutions. When I retire, when I am 65, 67, 70, whatever age, I will do so and so and that and that. Reality is that most of us don't, because when we get to that age, we're spent. And we're spent not because we're old, we're spent because we lived uninspiring lives. We went to offices that we didn't particularly like, with colleagues that we didn't particularly like, doing things we didn't particularly like. So why are we doing all of that? Because we create these plans in our heads. So we think that one day we will find happiness when we are done with all this stuff that we're doing now. In reality, if you want to live a happy life, you have just one choice. And the choice is to simply enjoy the present moment. If you're going to an office that you'd rather not go to, you have two options. Either you find a way to like it, or you quit the job and you go somewhere else. If you find a way to enjoy what you're doing there, and you find a way to enjoy the colleagues, and you find a way to enjoy the work, then obviously you have gone through a personal shift, and you can probably consider yourself happy, at least with the work you're doing. If on the other hand, you really don't manage to do the above, well, then it's obviously time to go somewhere else. Do yourself a favor and do the office a favor, because obviously if you're not happy with your job, you will bring with yourself a certain kind of energy that is not particularly pleasant for yourself, first of all, and certainly not for others. But how can we stop living towards the future? How can we try not to always be attached to our plans, in other words? Well, there are a couple of exercises that I think are very simple and that you may find useful. The first exercise is just take a few minutes, maybe early in the morning after you get up, to start noticing the things around you, but to really observe them, not to qualify them, not to judge them, or not to criticize them, but really look at them. For example, that chair that is, or maybe next to your bed, look at it. Look at the legs, look at its color, look at its structure, and so on and so forth. And the second exercise I would like to suggest to you, which is very similar to the first one in reality, is take a particular object in your hand and spend a few minutes really analyzing it. But analyzing it as if you were a camera. Just look at it and see what it is made of. Look at the color, just look at its shape, feel it among your fingers. In other words, be present with this object. Being present is the real key to being able to live a happy life, because being present means that we are here and now. That doesn't mean we don't make any plans. By all means, have your plans, but live in the full consciousness that these things may come to fruition or they may not. If you're able to constantly live in the present moment, your life will be a happy one. This is Soul Seeds.